Well, I don't want to undermine the process that is very clearly set out in Section 13 of the Public Order Act. It's up to the police to initiate an application, and they must do that within their operational discretion, their operational independence. And if they do that, I will consider it on the merits that they present.
But to be clear, you don't think it should go ahead?
I think I've been pretty clear that these are hate marches. I think chanting of jihad on the streets of Britain in the 21st century is utterly despicable. And I don't see how any decent person or how the vast majority of the British people can find that to be acceptable behaviour. It's sickening.
You call them hate marches. Do you think everyone on these marches is hateful, as you put it?
I think, as I say, if you've seen images of hundreds of people chanting jihad, being corralled to do so,
everyone, even on the fringes of these marches,
flags,
is hateful.
Chanting from the river to the sea, which is a call to arms used by terrorists, celebrating the largest single loss of Jewish life since the Holocaust, glorifying acts of terrorism. I don't think there's any other way but to call them hate marches.
There are concerns that the cenotaph could be targeted on Armistice Day. What action should be taken if that happens?
Listen, Armistice Day is a day that is of profound national significance in Britain. It represents our moment of collective mourning and remembrance and reverence, and it must be treated with the solemnity with which it deserves. If anyone were to vandalise the cenotaph, they must be put into a jail cell faster than their feet can touch the ground.
Mark Rowley says that the police need more powers to deal with protests. Will you look at giving him those powers?
Sir Mark has made some comments about his concerns that he has. We keep our laws under constant review, and if there is a need to change the law, I won't hesitate to act.
Have you ever been on a demonstration yourself?
That's a very good question. I haven't, no.
Let's talk about reports that you're planning on restricting homeless people from using tents. Why is that something you're looking at?
Listen, the British people are a compassionate nation, and of course we must do everything necessary to support those who are genuinely homeless. But at the same time, we must make sure that we don't go down the same route as some cities in the US, like San Francisco or Seattle, where living in a tent has become a lifestyle choice, and with it has brought drug use, criminality, and antisocial behaviour.
You talk about a lifestyle choice. I mean, surely this is something that people do out of desperation, not out of choice.
Well, as I said, we will help those who are genuinely homeless. It cannot be right that parts of our cities are ruined and blighted by the sight and use of tents. There is no need to use tents for accommodation in 21st century Britain.
And while we have a bit of time sitting down with you, I want to ask about the kind of person, I guess, behind the public profile, because you're seen really as the most controversial cabinet minister. Is that a position that you relish, that you enjoy?
Listen, I'm here as Home Secretary to deliver for the British people on some incredibly important issues: securing our borders, stopping the boats. And personal attacks will always come with the territory with this job. I've got a thick skin. I'm focused on delivering for the British people.
How do you think that pledge is going to stop the boats? Where do you think you're at?
I think we're making progress, but there is more to do. The numbers of illegal arrivals this year so far are down by about 30%.
Where would you like the numbers to be by the election?
Well, as I said, we've promised to stop the boats. It's pretty clear what that means, and we'll do whatever it takes to deliver.
Are we talking, tens of thousands or hundreds? Just if you could
I'm not going to give a specific number.
We're judging you on your terms here, and you haven't done anything like stop the boats, and you won't even tell us what that will actually look like. Why should people trust you?
I'm not claiming success at all by any means yet. All I'm saying, and I'm being pretty straightforward, we have made progress, but there is a lot more to do, and it will be pretty obvious whether we've succeeded or not.